Izan Zalmut's Educational Odyssey. From this to this. Kindergarten. This year was my first year of school, and naturally I was nervous. However, seeing the giant yellow bus brought excitement to me, as it was something new. From that point on, I was excited to see what school would be like. This year was important to me because it taught me to socialize and adapt to the school environment. The best part of this year was my introduction to friendships. I was able to make many new friends, and that was the highlight of this year. First grade. Year 2 was one of my favorite years. I had a great teacher, Miss Ray. I still remember her today and how much I enjoyed that year. Life was simple, and I felt like every moment of my life was just filled with happiness. School was super easy for me in this grade. It seemed as if I flew past every assignment given. This year started the age of pranks for me. For example, I would throw things at the teacher and blame it on another kid. Evil? Yes, but it was worth it. This year is the one where I went on a cruise. The only thing I remember from this trip was the girl I flirted with. This stands out because it was the first girl I tried flirting with. Second grade. There was a shift in second grade. I remember this specifically because it was a hard time for me. I started losing friends as they were switched into other classes. I often felt sad, but always tried to look on the brighter side of things. My teacher was not very good and did not compare to Miss Ray. This year was tough, but I was proud of myself for completing it. The best part of the year was completing the school year because it was the real first time I struggled. Overall, this year taught me to work for what I have and that not all things in life are easy. Third grade. If you were to ask me which year was the most important to me, I would consider saying the third grade. This is the year where I moved schools for a year. I was accepted into the Gifted and Talented program, in which all the advanced kids were moved to a different school. When I got settled in, everyone knew each other, and I felt lonely. That whole year, I remember trying to fit in, and I just could not. I then realized that I really just needed to be myself. When I realized this, it seemed like everything came together. I made new friends and felt like I was thriving. In my opinion, this was the hardest year because I struggled for the majority of that year. Fourth grade. This was the year in which I found a hobby for reading. I started to check out Harry Potter books and read them all the time. Being back at my old school, I was happy because I got to see all my friends again. I really enjoyed this year because my classes seemed easy and we did alliance science projects that I will never forget. I was proud of myself being able to adapt to a new school in the previous year. Life was going smoothly as I felt like I was fully in control of my life. This year was very special to me because it was the first time I felt really proud of myself. I was awarded Best Essay of the Year and was sent to a league competition to go and read it. I remember writing about my cat and how I specifically felt about him. I learned that emotions are powerful, especially in writing. The best part of this memory was hearing the news that I won. I was so excited and had so much pride in the work I completed. The fifth grade provided many new challenges that I had to face. The work was more difficult and a lot more homework was given. I realized I needed to focus and get my work done efficiently. This was the first year I had some struggle with my schoolwork. I always liked to be near the top when it came to school, and pushing myself in this year was very helpful. The sixth grade. The sixth grade seemed to be exactly like the fifth grade, but with more work. I struggled a lot with math for some reason and fell behind. This was one of my worst years, and I remember myself struggling to maintain good grades. The fact that I did not like my teachers did not help at all. I tried to stay positive even though I was having trouble in school. Ultimately, I decided that asking for help and turning to my friends was going to get me through this year. Middle school. Seventh grade. Seventh grade was a whole new year to me. I lost a lot of friends and the whole school atmosphere was different. Everyone was concerned about dating and having flashy clothes. It was shocking for me to see everyone flip from playgrounds and schoolwork to popularity in these kind of things. Throughout the year, I was undecided on what to do. I finally came to the conclusion that school was the most important to me as I ended the year with honor roll. I look back at this year and wonder what made everyone change. I still don't know. 8th grade. 8th grade this year was the year I adapted to the middle school environment. I picked up a lot of new friends of all different personalities. My grades were really high this year, and I probably the highest at that point. I started taking Spanish, which I'm still doing. Felt more like an adult than ever, and I remember hanging out with my friends more than ever. The most important thing I remember was my success in wrestling and track at the middle school. It was the first time that I was proud of myself in something other than school. High school. 9th grade. Everyone talked about how hard the change from middle school to high school was. Naturally, I was nervous, but entering the high school the first time gave me a sense of excitement. High school started off amazing, as the school was very fun for once because all the classes and possibilities what could happen. Maintaining sports friends and education was hard but also fun at the same time. Luckily, my teachers were helpful to help me adapt to the challenging atmosphere. 10th grade. Seemed like the further I go in this grade level, the better I feel. This year so far is my favorite year. I have not been so happy as I am in this grade. My friends are supported in everything I do. My classes are more challenging, but I've always loved obstacles. I've learned so much from previous years, and I feel like it all connects together in this grade. Started this year feeling happy about my future, but also enjoying my time now. Thank you.